You're watching Varsity. I'm Mike Sherman. He's Jason Kersey, and we're talking about a great story on News OK and in the Sunday Oklahoman about a high school football legacy as signing day approaches. Jason, it's your story. Talk about it.
Well, the story is about Quintaz Struble. He's a senior defensive lineman at Heritage Hall, and he's going to be signing this Wednesday to play college football somewhere. We're not exactly sure where yet, but his father was Mandrell Dean. I know you saw him play back when you covered high schools in the early 90s. He played for Millwood. He's considered a legend, returned 28 kickoffs for touchdowns, shattered a backboard in an 8th grade basketball game. He had committed to play his college football at OU, but couldn't make it there because of academics. And that kind of led to a very vagabond life of semi-pro arena football teams and eventually a very tragic death. And Quintaz has used that as an example, and he is now qualified for college football. And that's sort of what the story is about.
It's a story of redemption of a family, a redemption of a family, and to try to prove a family's history. And at the core of it is a mother. Mm-hmm. And talk about this mother who sort of worked in the background, but really comes through as a shining star.
Absolutely. Quintaz Struble had Quintaz when she was 16. She dropped out of high school, started working, and moved into her own apartment, and really taught Quintaz a lot about how to be really, in a way, his mother taught him how to be a man. He would come to work with her sometimes, and he saw the way that she lived her life and the way she managed her money, and he's learned a lot from her.
On the football side, he got some of Mandrell Dean's gifts and hardly any of his burdens. As far as his gifts, let me just say this. Mandrell Dean was one of the finest athletes I ever covered in high school. As you said, the shattering of the backboard as an 8th grader. When he played high school football as a receiver, you couldn't cover him. He was, in early 90s, people were talking about the next Jerry Rice. There were scouts from all over the country that wanted to get him, but he had a fatal flaw, and that was academics. That's what really held him back. But your story sort of uncovers how he still chased that NFL dream, never smelled a college dream, but yet his son has all of this in front of him. Why?
Well, it's because of his family. It's because of his mother, like we talked about, but also his grandfather, his mother's father, who was sort of the strong male role model in his life. But like we talked about, he also really knew what happened to his dad, and that really has driven him to get to this point.
You can read all about the Quintaz Struble story in the Sunday Oklahoman on newsok.com, and stay with the best coverage team anywhere. Every day at News OK, especially on signing day, Wednesday, and every morning in Oklahoma.